The smell of cauterized flesh clung to the sterile air of the medbay. Commander Elias Rain stood over the table, one gloved hand steadying the alien woman's arm, the other holding the microsealer. A faint hiss, a thread of steam. Another wound closed. Another silence endured. She hadn't said a word since the recovery team pulled her from the wreckage of the Karn's slave transport. Not a scream. Not even a whimper. Her name, according to the fragmented records, was Celine Vel. Veari species. Former combat engineer. Reported dead 3 years ago during the siege of Ares Station. But here she was, breathing, barely, laid out in scorched armor and blood. Elias adjusted the light, trying to get a better view beneath the cracked plating along her left side. The outer layer had fused to her skin in some areas. Carefully, he sliced through with the dermal knife, peeling back the charred surface. That's when he froze. Beneath the burns were lines, old ones. Not shrapnel scars or plasma burns. These were deliberate, methodical. Patterns made by something surgical, or cruel. Tiny puckered dots trailed her ribs, symmetrical, repeated like a template. Across her abdomen, faint cuts in a circular layout. Some healed unevenly. Others were reopened. This wasn't battlefield trauma. This was conditioning. Elias inhaled slowly, not letting his hands shake. These weren't from the crash, he murmured to himself. The woman flinched slightly, barely perceptible, but enough. You understand me, he said gently. You've been pretending not to. Still no response. But her breathing changed. Shallower. He reached for the antiseptic. Whatever happened on that Karn ship? I'm not them. A tear slipped from the corner of her eye. Just one. Elias didn't react. Didn't speak. Just dabbed the wound and pressed the sealer. They stayed like that, in silence, the hiss of machines and the hum of the ship the only witnesses. Later, in the dim glow of the diagnostics chamber, Elias reviewed the skin logs. Every injury told a story, and her body was a library of suffering. The freshest wounds matched the explosion in the wreck, fractured ribs, plasma grazes, internal bleeding. But the rest? Months. Years old. And something else. A cluster of scar tissue at the base of her spine. Odd shape. No entry wound. He zoomed in. Implant? If so, it wasn't standard Veari military. Nor was it Karn tech he'd seen before. He tapped the console. Tempest AI, scan for known biosignatures in Veari or Karn databases. /:***, no match found. Unknown modification, ***:**. That sent a chill down his spine. Back in medbay, Celine sat upright now, wrapped in bandages, her shoulders hunched like she was trying to disappear into herself. Her eyes followed him, cautious, calculating, but still didn't speak. He pulled up a stool beside her. You're not under arrest, he said. You're under medical protection. I made sure of that. She didn't blink. I've seen these kinds of wounds before, Elias added. On humans. Prisoners from the Red Harvest camps. Karn re-education centers. Only 1 out of 30 ever made it out alive. You're the second I've met. Her gaze dropped. You don't have to say anything, he said. But you should know, Command doesn't know what you are yet. If you wait too long, they'll decide for you. Finally, her voice, hoarse, cracked, broke the silence. Why do you care? It wasn't curious. It was accusatory. Like the question hurt to ask. Elias didn't answer right away. He leaned back, folding his arms across his chest. Because I spent 10 years patching up soldiers just long enough to throw them back into hell. I swore I'd stop doing that. I don't want to be another cog in a machine that forgets who it's killing. She looked away, jaw clenched. Your armor, he said, was customized. Veari design, right? There was a word scratched on the inside plate. Translated, it means property. Yours? No. Her voice was quiet. Theirs. You want to tell me who they are? Silence again. I'm not your enemy, Celine. I don't know what that word means anymore. Elias stood. Then let's start simple. I'll keep you off the interrogation docket. You keep healing. She didn't reply. As he turned to leave, her voice followed him. They erased my name once. I carved it back into the armor so I'd remember. Even if I died. He stopped. Didn't turn around. I won't let them erase you again, he said. That night, Elias returned to the confiscated equipment vault. Her armor had been tagged for analysis, standard protocol. He disabled the tracking logs and pulled the torso plate from the case. Inside, under the inner mesh, he found it again. Etched with something sharp and deliberate, VLSAL 1129. Not a name. A designation. A catalog number. He stared at it a long time. She'd been owned. On the command deck the next morning, Captain Dreyska addressed him without looking up from her holoscreen. Commander Rain, the alien you recovered is to be transferred to intelligence in 36 hours. Her med clearance is provisional. Elias nodded slowly. Understood. Something else, Commander? He hesitated. She's not a threat. Not in the way they think. Dreyska glanced up. That's for intelligence to decide. She has an implant. Possibly Karn experimental. I need time to assess it. If it's reactive, moving her could trigger something. Dreyska frowned. How long? 72 hours. That's all I ask? You're burning goodwill, Rain. I've burned worse. She paused. Then gave the nod. Back in medbay, he approached Salion with a scanner. We need to talk about what's in your back. Her eyes narrowed. You already know, she said. Don't you? I have a theory, Elias said. But if I'm right, we're both running out of time. Elias stood in the diagnostic bay, eyes fixed on the spinning 3D skin of the implant embedded in Salion's spine. It was small, barely the size of a tooth, but the data signature pulsing from it wasn't passive. It was listening. The medical AI's voice chimed, low and calm. /:***, no known surgical match in VARI or Karn anatomical archives. *:*:, implant emits irregular frequency bursts every 6 hours. Purpose unknown. Can we disable it? /:**, physical removal risks spinal damage. Direct interface not advised without bypass authorization. Elias clenched his jaw. He had no authorization, and no time to ask for it. Salion sat on the edge of the medbay cot, arms crossed tight over her chest. She watched Elias approach like he was carrying a weapon, not a scanner. Her body remained still, but tension coiled under her skin. He held up the device. I scanned the implant again. It's active. Her mouth pressed into a thin line. I don't think it's just tracking you, Elias said. I think it's waiting for a trigger. Her eyes flicked to the floor. That was the plan. If I resisted, it would detonate. If I escaped, same thing. Elias nodded slowly. They expected you to fail either way. A beat of silence. Then, it's not just a bomb. It rewrites. He stiffened. Rewrites what? Behavior. Memory. Identity. They called it neural shaping. She reached up and tapped the base of her skull. I remember forgetting who I was, over and over. Then I started carving the name again every time they wiped it. Elias sat across from her, expression unreadable. Most don't come back from that, he said softly. I didn't come back. I just stopped going. She leaned forward then, arms dropping, voice lowering. If they find out I'm still alive, they'll activate it remotely. I don't know how much time I have. Elias rose, pacing slowly. Command wants to hand you over in 30 hours. Her voice turned bitter. So they'll do the Karn's job for them. I'm not letting that happen. Her eyes narrowed. Why? Elias didn't answer immediately. He stepped to the wall panel, keyed in a security override, and dimmed the room's lights. Then, quietly, I once patched up a kid. 19. Human. We found him at a Karn Black site on Tarsus 4. His mind was gone. They'd reprogrammed him to beg for his own execution. He didn't make it 2 days. SciFi didn't speak. I swore if I ever saw it happening again, I'd stop it before it got that far. A long silence followed. Then she whispered, "They made me kill my own captain." Elias met her gaze. He was like a father. I couldn't stop myself. When it was over, I remembered everything. Every detail. She exhaled a shaky breath. I thought dying in that crash would be justice. It wasn't. He walked to the med console, uploaded the scan logs, and locked them behind his personal clearance code. Then he opened a private line. / accessing restricted maintenance AI, designation Argus ***. A moment passed. Then a cold synthetic voice replied. / Argus online. Still not dead, Elias? ***. I need your help, he said. Black level Karn tech. Neural implant. I need to shut it off. / ***. Dangerous. Fun. I'm listening. ***. Elias uploaded the schematic. The AI whistled. / ooh, nasty little parasite. Multiple signal channels. Redundant kill triggers. Very Karn. Very stupid. I can spoof it. But you'll need to get your hands inside. ***. Elias sighed. I figured. / you'll also need a suppression matrix. I know where to find one. But you're not going to like it. ***. Try me. / Deck 9. Derelict storage. Behind a broken warframe you forgot to recycle 3 years ago. ***. Elias smirked. Later that night, Elias sat across from SciFi again, holding a small metal canister between his fingers. This is a suppression matrix, he said. I'll use it to contain the implant's response when I go in. Without it, there's a chance the thing'll spike and take your spine with it. She didn't flinch. Will it hurt? Yes. Good. He looked at her, eyes narrowing slightly. You want to die? I don't want to be turned into that thing again. Elias leaned closer, voice sharp now. Then let me keep you alive long enough to stop them from doing it. She nodded once. I'll need time to prep, he said. She reached out, stopped him. I don't know how to trust you. You don't have to, he replied. Just don't lie to me. Her voice was faint. I'm afraid I will, and not even know I'm doing it. Hours later, Elias sat alone in his quarters, files strewn across his desk. He accessed every medical database he could legally, and illegally, reach. No surgical precedent. No recorded successful removals. But the rogue AI's spoof matrix would buy him 5 minutes. 5 minutes to get inside her, disable the device, and shut it down before it either exploded or rewired her again. He stared at a photo taped to the console. A younger him, laughing, with a group of soldiers. The man in the middle, Commander Drayson, had died because Elias had waited too long to act. He wouldn't wait this time. The next morning, he returned to the medbay, toolkit in hand. SciFi was already waiting, hair pulled back, upper uniform peeled away to expose the scarred ridges of her back. He looked her in the eyes. You sure? If I die, she said, make sure they never use me again. He activated the matrix. The air shimmered faintly around them. Then he pressed the incision tool to her skin and began to cut. The scalpel slipped between tissue and bone with clinical precision, but Elias's hands trembled, not from nerves, but urgency. He had 4 minutes before the suppression field destabilized. Maybe less. SciFi didn't make a sound. Her muscles twitched beneath the anesthetic mesh, but she kept still. Every breath measured. Her skin was slick with sweat, jaw clenched as if pain were a familiar guest. Almost there. Elias murmured, voice tight. A faint red light blinked deep inside the incision, metal, not flesh. The implant. His scanner buzzed. \:*** signal spike detected. Remote handshake initiated. ***. Damn it, Elias muttered. They're pinging her. Salion's back arched slightly. Stop, she whispered. It's triggering. I know. He reached for the signal dampener. \:*** spoof engaged. Suppressing feedback loop. 3 minutes. ***. The implant began to hum, a high-pitched whine building under the skin. Elias dug in. Metal clamps pried the foreign object loose. He found the anchor points, 4 of them, tied directly into her spinal sheath. This wasn't just a failsafe. It was part of her. His voice shook now. This should have killed you months ago. No, she whispered. It did. Then her body seized. Elias shouted. Override sedation! Increase current! Her eyes rolled back. Blood welled around the incision. The implant pulsed red. He gripped the core, twisted it free, one clean motion, and yanked it out. The lights in the room flickered. The suppression field screamed and shorted. And then, silence. Salion collapsed forward. Elias caught her before she hit the table, the implant clutched in his glove. It was blackened. Hissing. Dead. They kept her in isolation for recovery. 2 days passed. Elias checked on her every hour. Command had begun asking questions, citing unusual power usage and unauthorized equipment logs. He lied, deflected, blamed outdated firmware. He was buying time. Nothing more. On the 3rd night she woke. He found her sitting upright, sweat-soaked sheets tangled at her waist. Her eyes focused now. Different. No longer fogged by pain or programming. You pulled it out, she said. I did. Did it try to kill me? Yes. She leaned back, exhaling slowly. I remember everything. Elias sat beside her. That's not always a blessing. No. But it's mine now. Her voice was steadier. Grounded. He reached into his coat and held out the implant, sealed in a magnetic vial. I figured you'd want to see it. She stared at it. Didn't reach for it. That thing lived in me for 3 years, she said. I thought it was me. Every choice I made was filtered through it. It's gone now. Salion shook her head. It's not that simple. He waited. They trained me to respond to triggers. Words. Symbols. Even smells. I still don't know what's real instinct, and what's leftover programming. You'll figure it out. And what if I can't? Elias met her gaze. Then we'll make new instincts. One at a time. She stared at him for a long moment, then finally, smiled. Just barely. But it was real. I think I'd like that. The next morning, security came for her. 2 armored guards. Neutral tone. Transfer orders from command. She's to be handed over to Central Intelligence for debrief. Elias stepped in front of them. She's not stable yet. Medical log says otherwise. I haven't cleared her psychologically. Captain signed the order. Stand aside. Salion emerged from the back room, calm. She looked at Elias. It's all right. Let them. No. You've done enough. Not yet. He turned to the guards. This woman was implanted with an illegal Karn device. It could have detonated inside your ship. I removed it with 0 support from command. And I still haven't filed the report. You want to explain to intelligence why there's no official record of that? The guards exchanged glances. One tapped his comm. Confirming with Captain. Silence on the line. Then, abort pickup. Subject remains in medbay until further review. They left without another word. Elias turned to Salion. I just bought us another day. Maybe 2. You're risking your entire career? I've lost careers before. I'd rather not lose what's left of my conscience. She sat down heavily. I don't want to run anymore. But I also don't want to be a symbol. You won't be. But you are a story worth hearing. She looked at him, uncertain. I know the Karn tried to turn you into a weapon, he said. But what they didn't count on was your mind surviving. You remembered. You fought your own programming. And that terrifies them. He placed the vial on the counter. If you want to disappear after this, I'll help you. But if you want to fight back, not with weapons but with truth, I'll stand with you. Celine stared at the implant. Then at her own reflection in the medbay mirror. I don't want to hide. Then don't. That night, Elias sent the report. A full log. Details of the implant, removal procedure, psychological effects. He redacted nothing. He expected fallout. Instead, a reply came 12 hours later. Classified response received. \**** subject confirmed victim of unauthorized experimentation by Karn Dominion. She is to be granted protected witness status under Article 7. Command compliance mandatory. ****. Beneath that, a personal message from Captain Dreyska. Well played, Rain. She's your problem now. Just make sure she doesn't become ours. Celine joined Elias in the medbay 2 days later, not as a patient, but an assistant. She still didn't talk much. But she started asking about the names of instruments, protocols, emergency codes. She moved with quiet confidence, but each day she looked a little less like a broken tool and more like someone rebuilding from the inside. One evening, she handed Elias a datapad and pointed at the registry entry. He raised a brow. You changed your ID? She nodded. I'm not designation 1129 anymore. He smiled. Welcome aboard, Celine Vel. She returned the smile, wider this time. The sky outside the viewport was a jagged swirl of orange and violet nebulae, but inside the medbay, the quiet was surgical. Calm. Controlled. Elias reviewed the patient logs without looking up. How's your incision? Celine moved her shoulder in a slow circle, testing the range. Stiff but healing. Scar tissue will fade. Might take time. I don't mind scars, she said. They remind me what didn't kill me. He glanced over. Sometimes I think we wear too many of them, outside and in. She looked at him, and for once, didn't flinch from the weight of the words. Before Elias could say more, the medbay doors hissed open. Captain Dreyska stepped inside, flanked by 2 officers from Central Intelligence. Her eyes flicked between Elias and Celine. We need to talk. Both of you. The air shifted. Celine's back straightened. Elias stepped slightly in front of her. Dreyska raised a hand. Not here to arrest anyone. But we have a situation. One of the CI agents spoke. Karn's sleeper tech. A fragment from the implant you removed is still pinging a dormant net. It's broadcasting, slowly. But enough to raise alarms. Elias scowled. I destroyed the core. I saw it burn out. You removed it, but it was layered tech, the agent said. There was a second pulse embedded beneath the primary. A failsafe, triggered only if the main device was tampered with. Celine's voice was low. Where's it broadcasting to? A signal buoy in dead space. Black site we assumed defunct. But 3 hours ago, it came alive. Dreyska stepped forward. And now we've got Karn warships moving. One in particular. The Vrexel. Elias's stomach turned. That's not a warship. That's a hunting vessel. A memory collector, Celine added. They don't come to fight. They come to finish what they started. The room fell into silence. What do they want? Elias asked. They want me back, Celine said. The decision came hard and fast. Celine paced across the medbay, her voice even but hollow. You have to hand me over. No. Elias didn't let her finish. They want the tech inside you. The failures. The data. You're not a prisoner to them, you're proof their system didn't work. If I run, they'll come for others, she said. More like me. More survivors. That doesn't mean you die for it. She turned to him, calm in a way that unnerved him more than her pain ever had. I've been running from that ship for 3 years. Maybe it's time I faced it. Elias leaned against the table, arms folded. What are you proposing? I'll board it. He blinked. You'll what? They want their project. Fine. I'll give it to them. But not how they expect. Say Lion. I know their systems. Their protocols. I know how they store memory, where they keep their successful conversions. I can overwrite them. All of them. You want to break into a Karn memory vault? Yes. He ran a hand through his hair. You'd have seconds. One breach and they'd incinerate the entire data core to protect their secrets. I don't need long. I just need someone to get me close. Dreyska had listened quietly. Now she stepped forward. You realize if you're caught, we can't pull you out. I know. Elias stared at Lion. Her face was calm, resolved. But her fingers twitched at her sides. You're terrified, he said. I'm alive, she replied. That's enough. They approached the Vrexel on a stolen Karn shuttle, disguised under an old clearance code pulled from Lion's implant history. One risk stacked on another. Elias piloted. Lion sat beside him, armored again, but not in the same suit that had once branded her. This one was new. Clean. No markings. No chains. You can still turn back, he said as they broke through the warship's docking perimeter. No, she said. I've been trying to erase them from inside my head. Now I'll erase them for real. They docked. The Vrexel did not fire. Inside, the corridors were cold metal, dimly lit, and too quiet. No guards. No resistance. Just the soft mechanical hum of systems older than the war itself. It's too easy, Elias whispered. They're watching, Lion said. They want me to walk all the way in. Surrender myself. He gripped his weapon tighter. You don't owe them anything. I know. They reached the memory core, a cylindrical chamber pulsing with pale green light. Racks of data spores lined the walls, glowing with archived minds. The ghosts of hundreds. Lion moved to the central terminal. Her fingers danced over alien glyphs, faster than Elias could track. I'm inside. How long? 30 seconds. The screen blinked red. Integrity breach. Elias turned. A figure stepped from the shadows, tall, insectoid, armored in obsidian plates. Karn. I know you. It hissed. Vel 1129. My favorite rewrite. Lion didn't look up. That's not my name anymore. You should have died. I did. The memory core flared. Elias saw images flash in the spores, her memories, her pain, her resistance, spilling into the network. You wanted a perfect weapon, she said. Instead, you built a witness. The terminal exploded. The chamber flooded with fire. Elias grabbed her, shielding her with his body as the heat licked across his back. Then, stillness. The lights died. The ship groaned. And the memory vault was gone. They barely made it to the shuttle. Systems failed as they undocked. The Vrexel began to implode from the inside. No pursuit. No signal. Lion leaned back in the co-pilot seat, chest heaving. I did it. You did. She turned her head. What now? Elias looked at the dying warship through the viewport. Now you live. For real this time. Back aboard the Tempest, Lion stood before the memorial wall. The same wall that bore the armor of human soldiers lost in battle. Elias stood beside her, watching. She held the vial containing the implant. Scorched. Inert. Then, without ceremony, she placed it on the shelf. Not as a relic of pain, but as evidence of survival. Days later, Elias passed her in the corridor. She was in uniform, civilian liaison, badge freshly printed. No chains. No designation number. He raised an eyebrow. You sure about this? She smiled. I'm not a ghost anymore, Elias. I need to do something with that. He nodded. Then welcome back. Final line. She turned to the stars outside the viewport, the glass reflecting her own eyes back at her. This time, they weren't full of fear. Only light.